So why is this so disruptive, what I'm going to show you? And this is no marketing hoax, no jets, no swimming pools in the background, it's just me. I spent almost 30 years in projects, 7 years studying the best and worst of project management. And when I'm right, then what I found is one of the biggest breakthroughs in project management of the past couple of decades. So what is this about? Over the past 100 years or so, we learned a lot about how to do a master project. But despite this vast knowledge base and the advanced planning tools, we can't prevent projects from constantly running into problems. And yes, projects are our last resort to realize the biggest kind of works nobody ever has done before in a kind of controlled way. So of course projects have challenges. That is why we have projects. But we also lost a kind of control. You don't see it from the outside, and no CEO will admit this in a press release or put it in an annual report, but practically nobody is really in control. People who work inside projects, they know that. Let me explain. Executives make long-term commitments to clients, to stakeholders about what projects to do. And most of the time they must make commitments already long before plans are available. And the dynamics in project organizations is so chaotic that nobody has a real good overview. So executives basically must make those important decisions totally in the blind. They must promise things when they can't check whether capacity will be available. And when they do that, they tend to overcommit themselves. They promise projects for which there isn't capacity. And they can't help it, because they don't know. And it happens all the time. I've analyzed hundreds of problems, and almost all problems can be traced back to someone who didn't have enough time. They have too many other things to do. There are too many projects. It affects everything, everybody, in every project, in every industry. And it happens all the time. Think about it. Do you really think this is an efficient way to run projects? Well, for decades they tried to build tools for this. And we know how it should look like. There's an overview to make commitments, a simple dashboard to control the flow, and signals when projects are at risk. And this is also the recipe behind the best project management success stories. And with the help of detailed, solid schedules, accurate resource plans, daily updates, advanced planning tools, training and tight discipline for everybody, it is possible to know what commitments to make, to control the flow, and to see when projects are at risk. And it works like crazy. These success stories show that it instantly boosts output with 10 to 20% and to add another 10 to 30% along the line. I don't make this up, it is really crazy, it is really true. This is a recipe for success stories. An overview to make commitments, a dashboard to control the flow, and signals for when projects are at risk. But this is also very hard because of the complex and chaotic dynamics in project organizations. It is impossible to determine exactly what will happen to our plans when they are mixed together, when there are high levels of uncertainty, and when everything is constantly changing. Experts seem to agree that this can't be automated. So for the vast majority of project organizations, this remains a daily struggle without any prospect of improvement. If somebody succeeded to develop such a simple tool today, then this definitely would be a disruptive breakthrough. Maybe the most important one of the past couple of decades, since organizations are struggling with this for decades. I'm not going to say that I have such a tool for you. You won't believe it. I'm going to show. What you see here is a forecast of projects. It is for executives to know what promises they can make and what they can't. I made it a bit easier with colors. There is capacity for the green, there isn't for the red, and when it is yellow it is too risky. No advanced mathematics for them. And this is a simple dashboard to control the flow. When to start projects and Colors signal when projects are at risk. It's exactly what is needed for breakthrough performance. And this is all the spreadsheet there is. There are no secret macros, no hidden functionality. That's all. Well, to prevent a misunderstanding, this is not a simple spreadsheet. This is a real and solid solution for one of the most complex planning challenges for 21st century project organizations. This is how it is supposed to work. If they would have found this 30 years ago, then everybody would be using it for 30 years. It would have changed the way we look at projects today. You would expect that this requires extensive resource planning, robust planning skills, solid and accurate schedules, daily updates about how much project progress everyone makes, tight discipline for everyone, advanced planning tools, things that many project organizations don't have. And to get started, they have to anticipate major investments, a burden for everyone, definitely not something you would do on your own. Organizations pay hundreds of thousands, millions, and all the external consultants and burden into the bargain to get this. This is also the true story behind the success stories. It is hard. It is really hard. Well, what I showed you doesn't look like it is hundreds of thousands, millions. It is something people can do themselves. And this is the secret. I took a whole new perspective of what project management is about. And that is how I recognize that only 3 parameters are needed to describe the behavior of a project. Just 3 parameters every project manager will be able to provide. And only 4 state changes are needed to know what commitments can be made, to have a dashboard to control the flow and to know when to start a project and to know when projects are at risk. Success stories prove that this is the formula to boost project output with tens of %. The only thing I did is to make it simple. Because it is simple. Project organizations struggle for decades to get this fixed. And this is even better. No new planning software is needed because it works with the tools organizations already have. No need for hiring external consultants because they can do it themselves. Project managers don't need to learn new tools because it works with the tools they already have. Their tools are fine. People who do the work don't need to change the way they work, because also that is fine to be more productive. It works when small and large projects are mixed together, when productivity is constantly speeding up or slowing down, when stubborn executives bypass the process every now and then. And this is why I think this is probably the most disruptive breakthrough for project management of the past decades. Check it out yourself. This is something people are going to do themselves, for their own organization, for their own career, for their clients, to build their own business in high-end project management consultancy services. Well, maybe you like it. I've put together a masterclass with you in mind. The secret of matching the best project management success stories yourself. To share the secret of the best project management success stories, how to do it yourself faster than anyone else, the steps and what it takes, and how to prevent revolt and resistance of the entire organization coming over you when you try to get more projects done. If you want to know more, then you also might attend the webinar, The Secret of Matching the Best Project Management Success Stories Yourself. An hour and a half, jam-packed with new insights and backgrounds. I reveal secrets about project management and projects nobody ever told you before. I also tell you more about the masterclass I've put together and how to get this amazing spreadsheet. You'll find the dates and the details on empoweryourprojects.com. Register now. Check it out yourself. My name is Jan van Egmond. I'm Project Management Hacker. Because there are better ways that are easy to learn and easier to use. Go to empoweryourprojects.com/webinar and register now. Check it out yourself. This is the most disruptive project management webinar you can attend in 2019. And if you want to know, you got to be there. I don't share replays, I don't share slides of the webinar. But the good news is, it is for free. Go to empoweryourprojects.com/webinar and register now. It is already in a couple of days.